Hello good people, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be talking about law number 1 under the 48 laws of power, sort of help us navigate very interesting workspaces, very interesting friend groups and communities in a very smart way. Law number 1, like you can read here, states that you should never outshine the master. We're going to go over the do's, the don'ts, the cautions, and the action points, the takeaway point for you to actually go and do as homework. So this law is very interesting in a way that 80% of the workplaces have bosses where there is a lot of insecurity, like your boss feels insecure. Maybe you understand how to use AI tools better, or how to speak better, how to communicate better, or write better. Like usually there is something that could cause your boss to be insecure. But for you to thrive in that particular environment, you need to make them feel secure. So what do you do? 2 points on what you can do. Number 1 is here. Praise their ideas publicly. If you're in a meeting and your boss comes up with an idea and says, guys, I feel for us to grow ourselves this quarter, we should do A, B, C, and D. First, support the idea. Whether it is wrong or right, support it. And if you're coming around with new ideas and questions, like you want to steer to a different direction, come from a point of, so I see where you're coming from, but building on what you're saying, I feel like we can add this and this and that to this same thing that you're suggesting, and we'll be able to achieve the target that we intend to achieve. Or you can come from the place of, what if we added X to this idea? How do you think it would change? To sort of make it look like he's the one who has brought the foundational core idea, and you're sort of building up on it and supporting him. So that is action point number 1 on what you should do. Number 2, always find time to ask for guidance. You don't even have to be stuck or not know what you're asking about. But every time you ask your boss and you're like, I'm curious to know, how is the pricing for this? This pricing that I've quoted, does it make sense to you? What would you advise? And when he advises and guides you and you execute in the same direction as you would have done in the first place, he feels more involved, more respected, and more secure. So these are the 2 do's. Now, under the don'ts, don't take full credit. Now, if you have suggested an idea, your boss has picked it up, and you have built it into a very successful campaign, don't say, I did this, and this is the result we got in the report. Report it as guided by our manager or our boss, we were able to do this campaign and these are the results. That way, you're all in the same boat and everyone is secure, everyone is happy. Number 2 under the don'ts, don't correct them in front of others. Even if they are wrong or right, I could care less what the circumstances are, but there should be no point at which you say, I beg to disagree, respectfully. There is never such a thing as disagreeing respectfully, especially to your boss. So if you must disagree in private. Like talk to him in his office alone, but don't be in the boardroom and he brings up an idea and you're like, no, that doesn't work, that didn't work for A, that didn't work for B, it won't work for us. Or it can work for A and B, but it doesn't work in our particular circumstance. Don't do that in public. And those are our 2 don'ts. And number 3, as precautionary measure, don't dim your light forever. There are workspaces that appreciate individual brilliance, where they're actually excited for people that are proactive and people that are taking decisions and moving the company forward. So in case that you have such an environment, please don't dim your light forever. But also in case you don't have that environment, find ways to create that environment, even amidst the very strategic ways you need to sort of do it so that you don't make them insecure again. like how to strategically create the environment. And lastly, a call to action, as you head out to work this morning or this evening, depending on your time zone, find a way to let your boss shine. On one of those meetings, one of those calls, could be a Teams call, could be just a physical meeting, find a way to let your boss shine. I know there are a lot of you who are very, very cocky, you have a lot of opinions and a lot of ideas, but for this one time, let your master shine. Let them, and you'll feel the relief and the relaxation that you get from that one decision of letting your boss shine, because then you have as if transferred liability. Anyways, that is it for today's law number 1. I hope you look forward to law number 2. Subscribe and comment what your thoughts are about this and what your type of boss is. Are they secure? Are they insecure? Let's have this conversation going. We'll be going all the way to law number 48 together, and I hope that we get to grow together through these sessions.